Hello, sweet soul. Welcome back. This week's topic is decisions. How do you take yours? So, earlier I was driving up the highway and I saw that I was going to come close by a beach and had to take that exit, jump into the water. The water is really cold and it was so refreshing and so delightful. Just jumping around in the waves. And warming up after, I just keep moving the body. It was fun. What I'm curious about is, how do you take your decisions? Is it usually the mind that rules? Is it your heart that rules? Is it your gut? Is it a combination of the three? About a year ago, I did a research study, an interview study on exactly that topic. What is helping with your decision making? And I was interviewing a number of teachers from different domains that help you go deeper inside. I was talking to meditation teachers, I was talking to breath workers, I was speaking with a shaman, I was speaking with facilitators who've done a lot of work in deep soul searching and also in psychology and in the sciences. And what I found really interesting is that our mind loves to chatter a lot and we'll start questioning any decision that we take. And the only way how we can get that mind to quiet down, and it's not going to completely shut up, it is going to calm down a bit, is if we have that alignment between gut, heart, and mind. In many of the ancient teachings, these three centers are your three main energy centers that you create life force energy from, and that you can connect with the larger life force around us, with the world. So we can open our minds to be in sync with what is going on around in the universe, to be more perceptive. We can open our hearts to let love flow more, to let that life force come through more and operate from this space. And we can remember that we do have a very good gut brain that is very instinctual. It's our oldest system and it gives us very reliable information. The tricky part is it usually gives us that information in hunches, in or and it takes some retraining to listen to that, because we all got to that point in our childhood where we learned how to speak and phrase properly, and then we got coached to use that language well. And so now when we receive that gut response of or yeah, then that takes some tuning into and allowing ourselves to let that come through and be our answer, and then build the answer upon that. So in my past, I found a number of times, and I would love for you to try this out. I invite you to try this out. Sit down with a few past decisions that you took in whichever way. First, reflect on how you took that decision. And if it turns out for you that you thought, as I thought about many of my past decisions, that it was taken solely by the mind, then reflect a bit on whether that is true. And for me, it turned out that a lot of the time I had an initial hunch and I had an initial feeling in my heart about whether I wanted to do something or not. And then, because my logical mind is a fabulous tool that I work with, I would find the perfect explanation for why my decision made sense. Now, if I flip this around in the future, or maybe not completely flip it around, because to some degree, yes, we do want to use our logical mind, then I can definitely own the piece of my soul is telling me this, my gut is telling me this, my heart is telling me this, whichever way you're most comfortable with it. And then say, and also, I can make sense of it with my mind because of XYZ. So looking at decision making in that new way, as opposed to it being a purely rational driven thing, having it instead be a combination of those three intelligence centers of me, intelligence centers of my body, intelligence centers of my being, of my soul, however I want to see it. All of this is connected. So in the end, This is a different flavor of let's take the whole picture into account. Let's make our decisions from there. Let's allow ourselves to lead from our whole being. And with that, I wish you a beautiful week. Lead from your whole being. I love you.